Let's talk about something that is absolutely crucial for your financial future. Budgeting. Now, I know it might not sound all that exciting at first, but stick with me. I promise if you get this right, everything else falls into place. You see, budgeting isn't just about controlling your money. It's about taking control of your life. It's about setting yourself up for success and giving yourself the power to make decisions that will shape your financial future. Here's the deal. Most of us don't have a clear picture of where our money is going. We work hard, we earn, but when we look at our bank account at the end of the month, we wonder where all that money went.
And let's be honest, it's a frustrating feeling. You're not alone. So many Americans find themselves in the same boat. They're working hard but feel like they're stuck on a financial treadmill, running in place but not getting anywhere.
This is where a solid budget comes into play. When you don't have a budget, it's easy to spend without thinking. You get to the end of the month and there's not enough in your checking account to cover your expenses. Bills are piling up. Maybe your credit card debt is creeping higher, and before you know it, you're in a financial hole that seems impossible to climb out of.
Let me tell you something. I've seen this happen time and time again, and it doesn't have to be this way.
The key to getting out of this cycle, a budget. I'm not talking about some complicated system or some app that you need to pay for. I'm talking about getting back to the basics, simple, effective budgeting that puts you in control. Because let's face it, when you're in control of your money, you're in control of your life. No more waking up in the middle of the night worrying about bills. No more avoiding phone calls from creditors. With a budget, you can breathe easy knowing exactly where your money is going, and more importantly, knowing that you're working towards something bigger than just making it through the month. You see, budgeting isn't just about restricting yourself or saying no to fun things. It's about aligning your money with your priorities. It's about saying yes to the things that truly matter to you.
Do you want to pay off debt? Budget. Do you want to save for retirement? Budget. Do you want to build an emergency fund so that when life throws those curveballs at you, you're ready?
Budgeting is the tool that helps you get there. It's like building a roadmap for your financial journey. And when you have that roadmap, you know exactly what to do step by step. And here's something that I need you to understand. Budgeting isn't just about tracking where the money goes. It's about being intentional with every dollar you earn. Every single dollar has a job to do. When you give every dollar a job, you know where it's going and it will work for you. You'll be amazed at how much peace of mind you get when you stop wondering where your money went. When you start telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went, you'll see things start to change. This isn't just about financial freedom. It's about peace of mind. It's about being in control of your life, and that control of your life, and that control begins with a budget. Now, I know you might be thinking, but Dave, I don't know where to start. It sounds like a lot of work, and I get it. It can feel overwhelming at first, but trust me, once you get in the habit of budgeting, it becomes second nature. You'll start to see the results in your bank account, in your stress levels, and in your overall life satisfaction. So take a deep breath and remember that it's never too late to start. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll be on your way to financial peace.
Now, let's talk about the tools you need to get started, because here's the good news. You don't need to spend a fortune to get your finances in order. You don't need to hire an expensive financial advisor or buy complicated software that leaves you confused and frustrated.
What you need are simple, free tools that will help you track your spending, save for the future, and ultimately take control of your financial life. And the best part, these tools are easy to use, and most of them are absolutely free. That's right. You can get started today without spending a dime. One of the most powerful tools I recommend is Mint. It's an incredible platform that connects directly to your bank accounts, credit cards, and even investment accounts. Mint automatically pulls in your transactions and categorizes them for you, so you can see exactly where your money is going.
This is a game changer because it gives you clarity. It's hard to make smart decisions when you don't have the full picture. I mean, it gives you that picture.
You'll be able to see how much you're spending on groceries, how much is going out for entertainment, and where you're leaking money that could be used more wisely. With Mint, budgeting is no longer a guessing game. It's a process you can manage right from your phone or computer. But maybe Mint doesn't feel like the right fit for you. That's okay. There are plenty of other options out there that can help you stay on track. One tool I absolutely love is EveryDollar. This tool was built with simplicity in mind, which is exactly what we need when it comes to budgeting. It's a zero-based budgeting tool, which means you give every dollar a job, just like we talked about earlier. It's incredibly intuitive. You create a budget, and it guides you through allocating your income to cover your expenses. Whether you're budgeting for groceries, utilities, or that rainy day fund, EveryDollar makes it easy to see exactly how much you have to work with. And here's the best part. It's completely free if you use the basic version. You don't have to spend a penny to get started and start making progress toward your financial goal. Now, if you want to get a little more hands on and take control of your finances on a deeper level, I recommend Good Budget. This is a digital envelope system that works just like the old-fashioned envelope method, but with a modern twist. It's an excellent tool if you're trying to stick to a very specific budget for certain categories, like entertainment or dining out. You can create envelopes for each category and fill them with the exact amount of money you want to spend.
When the envelope is empty, that's it. You're done. This system forces you to stick to your plan, and it works. The beauty of Good Budget is that it helps you build discipline, and it can be used on your phone. So it's with you wherever you go.
And then you need a budget, which is one of the best budgeting tools available. It's not free, but it's an investment in your future that will pay you back tenfold. Teaches you the principles of smart budgeting by making you take a proactive approach with your money. It's all about giving every dollar a job, living on last month's income and planning ahead. Knob is perfect for people who want to dig deeper into their finances and are serious about taking control. It's a little more involved than the others, but the results are worth it. You'll learn how to prioritize your spending, tackle debt, and save for your future. These tools, whether you choose Mint, EveryDollar, Good Budget, or YNAB, are there to give you the structure and discipline you need to manage your finances with confidence. The best part, they're all designed to help you succeed. They aren't there to complicate things or confuse you. They are here to simplify the process, guide you along the way, and help you reach your financial goals.
And the beauty of these tools is that they take the guesswork out of budgeting. When you know exactly where your money is going, it's easier to make smarter decisions, stick to your plan, and feel in control of your financial destiny.
I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't have to be perfect at this. You just need to be consistent. It's not about getting everything right the first time. It's about building the habit and making small, steady progress every single day.
You're going to make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going, you keep learning, and you keep moving forward. The more you use these tools, the better you'll get at understanding your finances.
And before you know it, you'll be managing your money like a pro. But here's the key takeaway. Budgeting is not just about tracking numbers. It's about taking control. It's about aligning your money with your values and your goals. When you give every dollar a purpose, you start to see your money work for you instead of against you. And that's what we're after here, financial freedom. You're not a victim of your finances anymore. You are in the driver's seat. Now that you've got the right tools in your hands, let's talk about how to use them effectively to reach your financial goals. You see, the real power of a budget isn't just in the numbers. It's in the intentionality behind them. Having a budget means you're no longer just reacting to your money, hoping it will stretch far enough to get you through the month. You're taking charge. You're the one calling the shots, and that's what I want for you. You deserve to be in control of your financial destiny, and a budget will help you get there. So, where do you begin? The first thing you need to do is sit down and set your financial goals. What is it that you really want to accomplish? Do you want to pay off that credit card debt that's been hanging over your head for months? Maybe you're tired living paycheck to paycheck and you want to start building an emergency fund so that when life throws a curveball your way, you've got the cushion to bounce back. Or maybe you're looking to save for something big, like buying a home or funding your child's college education. Whatever it is, setting clear, specific goals is the foundation of a successful budget. Once you've got your goals in place, it's time to create a plan. And I mean a real, actionable plan. This isn't a wish list. This is where you take your income and make sure every single dollar has a job. If you're not using every dollar with purpose, it's going to slip through your fingers. And before you know it, you'll find yourself back in the same place you were before. This is why I'm so passionate about zero-based budgeting. Because when you give every dollar a job, you make sure that money is working for you, not against you. Start by tracking your income. What do you bring in each month after taxes? Once you know that number, you're ready to move on. Then look at your expenses. This is where the real magic happens. You've got to know exactly where your money is going. Do you have any subscriptions you don't need? Are you spending too much eating out or on things you don't really care about? Here's the thing. A lot of times we don't realize how much money we're throwing away until we actually see it on paper. And once you see it, you can redirect that money towards something more important, like paying off debt, saving for the future, or building an emergency fund. Now, don't be fooled. Budgeting isn't about restriction. It's not about depriving yourself or saying no to everything fun in life. In fact, I want you to budget for fun. That's right. Put money aside for entertainment, for eating out, for things that make life enjoyable. The key here is moderation. It's about balance. If you're putting 10 of your income into your emergency fund and 15 into paying down debt, then you can also set aside 5 for some fun. A budget allows you to live your life while still making progress toward your goals. It's about being intentional with how you spend your money. So when you set your budget, don't forget to account for those things that make life enjoyable. You don't have to sacrifice everything, but you need to make sure you're prioritizing the right thing. But here's the truth. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's where your budget really proves its worth. Things will come up, unexpected expenses, surprise bills, or an emergency situation that throws off your whole plan.
When that happens, don't panic. This is where your emergency fund comes in. If you don't have an emergency fund, now's the time to build one. This is your safety net. A good rule of thumb is to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up.
It's not glamorous, but it's absolutely necessary. When you've got that cushion, you can handle the curveballs life throws at you without going into debt or getting stressed out. And remember, as you start to see your goals come to life, don't get complacent. Always be reviewing and adjusting your budget. Maybe you're getting closer to paying off a debt. Celebrate that, but then shift your focus to the next goal. Maybe you're able to save more than you thought, and now it's time to start investing for the future. Whatever it is, don't just put your budget on autopilot. Keep your finger on the pulse and adjust when necessary. This is your financial journey, and you're the one driving the car. And let's not forget about paying off debt, because that's where a lot of people get stuck. But I want you to hear me loud and clear. Debt doesn't have to be your future. You can get out of debt, and it all starts with a budget. Attack your debt with the debt snowball method. Pay off your smallest debt first, then roll that payment into the next smallest debt and keep going until you've paid it all off.
It's incredibly motivating to watch those debts disappear one by one. And when you're debt free, that's when you truly experience financial freedom. It's a game changer. As you get better at budgeting, you'll find that your financial life starts to open up. You won't have to stress about money every month. You'll have the ability to make decisions from a place of confidence. And most importantly, you'll be able to live the life you've always wanted, whether that's traveling the world, buying a home,
or just having the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've got your finances under control.
So I want to encourage you, don't wait. Start today. Take that first step toward financial freedom. Whether it's setting up your first budget or making a plan to tackle your debt, start today. You have the tools you need. You have the knowledge. You have the ability to take control of your money, and I know you can do it.
Now, let's talk about the long-term picture. You've started budgeting, you've set your goals, and you're getting a handle on your day-to-day finances. But what about the future?
Because here's the thing, I want you to think beyond just making ends meet or getting through the month.
I want you to build a foundation for long-term financial freedom.
This is where everything we've been talking about truly comes together. You see, the habits you build today won't just help you get by. They'll set you up for the kind of future you've always dreamed of.
I'm talking about the kind of future where you wake up every day without financial stress, where you have control over your time and where you don't have to worry about money because you've set yourself up for success. So how do you get there? It all starts with consistency. It starts with sticking to your plan month after month, year after year. You're not going to get rich overnight. You're not going to wake up one day and find that your debt has magically disappeared or that you've saved a six-figure investment portfolio. This is a journey, and it requires time and effort. But as with anything in life, the payoff is huge for those who stay the course. The more you commit to managing your money, the more you'll see the results. It's not about a quick fix. It's about setting yourself up for the long haul. One of the first steps towards securing your future is building an emergency fund. Now, this isn't glamorous, but it's absolutely critical. Life happens, and I don't want you to be caught off guard when it does.
Whether it's a medical emergency, car repairs, or an unexpected job loss, having an emergency fund gives you the peace of mind you need to navigate life's inevitable curveballs, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That's your target.
It might sound like a lot, but trust me, when you've got that cushion in place, you'll feel invincible. You'll know that no matter what comes your way, you've got the resources to handle it without going into debt. That right there is freedom. And then once you've built your emergency fund, it's time to start thinking about retirement. It's never too early to start saving for retirement. The earlier, the better. I don't want you to be one of those people who wake up at 50 or 60 and realize they haven't saved a dime for retirement. That's not you. You're better than that. So what do? Start with 401k or an IRA. If your employer offers a match, take full advantage of that. That's free money, my friend. If you're not taking full advantage of it, you're leaving money on the table. I want you to contribute as much as you can, even if it's just a little bit at first. The key is to start. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. That's the magic of compound interest.
But here's the reality. Investing for retirement isn't just about contributing to your 401k or IRA. It's about making smart, intentional choices with your money. Don't just put your money in a savings account and hope it will grow. It won't. You need to invest in things that have the potential to grow over time. You need to be strategic. Whether that's through index funds, stocks, or real estate, your money should be working for you. You don't have to become a financial expert overnight, but you do need to take action. Start learning about different investment strategies. Talk to a financial advisor if you need to, but most importantly, start investing.
And as you build your wealth, remember that debt is the enemy of financial freedom. Getting out of debt and staying out of debt is absolutely critical to your future success. Debt robs you of your ability to build wealth, to save for the future, and to live life on your terms. If you're in debt, pay it off using the debt snowball method. Start with the smallest debt and work your way up. Pay it off. Then roll that payment into the next debt and keep going until you're debt free. There's no greater feeling than looking at your life and realizing you owe nothing to anyone.
When you get out of debt, you're setting yourself up to build wealth, invest, and retire with confidence.
But as important as all these financial strategies are, there's one thing that will keep you going no matter what. Your mindset. Financial freedom isn't just about the numbers. It's about the choices you make, the discipline you maintain, and the mindset you develop. You need to change the way you think about money. Stop thinking of it as something you chase. Start thinking of it as a tool to help you live the life you want. Money isn't the end goal. It's the means to an end. It's the tool that lets you take care of your family, retire in peace, give generously, and live the life you've always dreamed of. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when you want to quit, and there will be times when you're tempted to go back to your old ways of spending without a plan. But let me tell you something. You are stronger than that. You are capable of doing this. You are capable of changing your financial future, no matter where you're starting from today. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take sacrifice. But if you stay consistent, if you stick to your plan, and if you believe in yourself, you will get there. So don't wait. Take that next step. Build your emergency fund, start saving for retirement, get out of debt, and change your financial future. You have everything you need to succeed. You just need to take that first step. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Every small step you take will get you closer to the future you deserve, a future where you wake up every day with confidence, knowing that your finances are in order and your dreams are within reach. Now, let's go make it happen. Now, let's talk about the most important thing of all when it comes to managing your money, staying the course. I know that getting your finances under control and working toward financial freedom is no small feat. It takes time, patience, and a commitment to the process. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress. There will be months when the numbers don't add up the way you want them to. You might even feel like throwing in the towel and going back to your old habits. But let me tell you, this journey is worth it. The road to financial peace is not always easy, but it is so incredibly rewarding. I want you to remember this. Financial freedom doesn't happen overnight. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about making consistent, intentional choices that add up over time. Every dollar you save, every debt you pay off, every budget you stick to is a step closer to the life you've always wanted. So if you're feeling discouraged, if you feel like you're not getting where you want to go fast enough, I want to remind you, you are making progress. Sometimes it's not the big leaps that matter. It's the small steps. It's the daily decisions to live below your means, to save instead of spend, to avoid debt instead of giving into it. Every time you stick to your plan, you're getting closer to the finish line. And every time you feel like giving up and then keep going anyway, you're building the resilience and discipline you need to succeed. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. There are no perfect budgets, no perfect months, no perfect financial plans. Things happen. Life throws curveballs. You might have unexpected expenses, an emergency or a setback, but I want you to understand that the key to success is staying committed to your goals, even when things aren't perfect. The fact that you get back up every time you fall, that's what matters.
You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to keep going.
And I promise you, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll get there. Staying the course means continuing to make wise financial decisions, even when it feels hard. It means sticking to your budget, even when that new car you've been eyeing seems so tempting. It means refusing to take on debt, even when your credit card is calling your name. It means saying no to the unnecessary spending and saying yes to saving, even when it feels like the world is out there tempting you to buy and spend. And here's the thing, staying the course means trusting the process. I know there are times when you look at your bank account and it feels like it's not moving fast enough, You've been budgeting for months, working hard, cutting back, and yet it feels like the results aren't showing up as quickly as you'd like. But let me tell you something. Results are coming. The work you're doing right now will pay off. It might take time, but you're building a solid foundation. And that foundation will carry you through the difficult times, the setbacks, and the tough seasons of life. So if you're feeling impatient, that's okay. It's natural. But remember, patience is a key to financial success. The results are always worth the wait. And the best part,
You're not doing this alone.
there is a community of people out there who are walking the same path you are. People who are making the same sacrifices, the same choices, and who are just as committed as you to building a better future. Surround yourself with that community. People who inspire you, who push you to do better, and who are there to cheer you on every step of the way. Because when you have the right people around you, it's easier to stay committed to your goals. It's easier to keep your eyes on the prize and remember why you're doing this in the first place. Now, I want you to think about your long-term vision. Think about where you want to be 10, 15, or even 20 years from now. I know it's hard to imagine sometimes, but let's do it. Imagine a life where your debt is gone, where your home is paid off, where you've got a nice nest egg saved up for retirement, and you're living comfortably without stress or worry. Picture waking up every day with peace of mind, knowing that you've got everything in order. Picture being able to give generously, knowing that your financial freedom allows you to help others and live a life of impact. That's the life you're working toward. Every sacrifice you make today, every difficult choice you make to say no to temporary wants and yes to long-term goals is bringing you closer to that vision. You are building that life brick by brick. So don't give up. Don't let the setbacks, the obstacles, or the slow days get you down. Keep pushing forward. Because when you stay the course, when you remain faithful to your goals, you will succeed. And when you do, you'll look back and realize that all those small decisions, all those little victories, all those sacrifices were worth it. You'll realize that the journey, while difficult at times, was exactly what you needed to get to where you are today. And the best part is that you get to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You get to live the life you've worked so hard to create. And that, my friend, is what financial freedom is all about. So I'll leave you with this. Stay committed. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Your financial future is waiting for you, and it's going to be amazing. I believe in you. Now, let's go make it happen. All right? We've talked about tools, about building habits, and about staying the course. But now I want to dive into something that will transform the way you think about money, about wealth, and about your future. The power of living below your means. It's one of the most profound shifts you can make in your financial life. It's a mindset that, once you embrace it, will set you on a path toward true financial freedom. Freedom to live life on your term. Freedom to pursue your passions without the weight of debt holding you back. And freedom to enjoy the peace that comes with knowing your money is in order.
Living below your means doesn't mean you have to live like a hermit or deprive yourself of the things you love. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. Go on vacations or buy nice things.
It means choosing what truly matters and aligning your money with your values. It's about saying no to the fleeting pleasures that can derail your financial future and saying yes to the things that will bring you lasting happiness and security. When you choose to live below your means, you are making the intentional decision to focus on what's important and to sacrifice the temporary for the eternal.
Now, I know that some of you might be thinking, Dave, it sounds good, but how do I do this? How do I cut back without feeling deprived? Well, let me tell you, it's all about mindset.
You have to change the way you think about money. Instead of seeing it as something to spend and enjoy in the moment, start seeing it as a tool that can help you build the future you want. Money is not the goal. It's just a means to an end. The real goal is the life you want to live. The real goal is being free from debt, being able to provide for your family, and being able to provide for your family, and being able to make a positive impact in the world around you. But all of that requires making intentional choices with your money, and living below your means is where it all begins. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you're making good money, but every month you're spending more than you earn. Maybe you're driving a car that's way above your budget. Maybe you've got a bunch of credit card bills or subscription services that are eating up your paycheck. You might think, well, I deserve it. I work hard. Why not treat myself? Here's the thing. Treating yourself doesn't mean going into debt. True freedom comes when you have the discipline to live below your means, to make decisions today that will give you freedom tomorrow. It's about driving a car you can afford, living in a home that fits your budget, and choosing experiences over stuff. It's about understanding that your happiness does not come from what you own, but from how you choose to live. When you choose to live below your means, you create room for other things that matter: saving, investing, giving generously, and building wealth. You stop living paycheck to paycheck, and instead you start building a solid financial foundation. You stop being a slave to your debt, and you start making your money work for you. This is where the power of saving and investing comes in. Because when you live below your means, you create the margin to save and invest, and that margin over time is what will give you the wealth and the security you've always dreamed of. It's not about working harder, working longer hours, or trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's about making wise, intentional choices with the money you already have. Now, living below your means doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It doesn't mean you have to live in a box or never have fun. What it means is that you make the conscious decision to prioritize the things that are important. You can still go on vacations, buy gifts for your family, or treat yourself to something nice every now and then. But you don't do it at the expense of your financial future. You do it with intention. You do it knowing that you're building a future where you're debt-free, where you have an emergency fund in place, where you're saving for retirement, and where you have the ability to give generously to others. Think about this. Imagine a life where you're no longer worried about your next paycheck.
Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your financial future is secure.
Imagine being able to give to the causes you care about, being able to help your children with their education, and being able to take the vacations you've always wanted to take without ever worrying about how you're going to pay for it. That's what happens when you live below your means. It's not about living small. It's about living smart. It's about making decisions that will pay off for the long term. It's about putting your money toward the things that truly matter and not being held hostage by the things that don't. And here's the kicker. When you live below your means, you start to build wealth, slowly at first, but consistently. You save a little here, you invest a little there, and over time, that money grows. You might not see it immediately, but trust me, if you stick to this principle, your wealth will begin to snowball. And when that happens, you'll realize that all the sacrifices, all the discipline, all the smart choices you've made were worth it. The joy of financial freedom is immeasurable. You'll feel a sense of peace that can't be bought, a sense of pride that comes from knowing you're in control of your money, not the other way around. I know it's not always easy. I know there are pressures out there to spend, to keep up, to live like everyone else. But you have to remember that you're not like everyone else. You're making a choice to break free from the rat race, to live life on your own term. And I promise you, that's a decision you will never regret. The sooner you start living below your means, the sooner you start saving and investing, the sooner you'll experience the freedom that comes from being financially secure. So I want you to commit today. Choose to live below your means. It's not about deprivation. It's about making choices that will set you up for long-term success. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of the things that don't.
When you make this decision, you take control of your future. You take control of your destiny. And let me tell you, that's a powerful thing. You've got this. Now let's go make it happen.
Now, let's talk about something that is absolutely critical for your financial future. The power of living intentionally with your money. You see, the key to financial peace isn't just about cutting costs or saving here and there. It's about being intentional. Every dollar you make, every decision you make, and every move you take with your money must be deliberate. This isn't about luck or waiting for some miracle to happen. This is about choosing to take control, to create a path for yourself, and to put your money where your priorities are. This mindset shift, it's huge. And it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your financial health. Because when you live intentionally, when you make every dollar work for you, that's when the magic happens. And here's the thing, being intentional with your money doesn't just mean following a budget or saving for retirement. It means aligning your money with your values and your goals. It means making sure that the way you spend and save reflects what matters most to you. That's what makes a budget so powerful. It's not just about numbers. It's about purpose. Let's be real for a second. We live in a world that's constantly trying to pull us in a million different directions. Everywhere you look, there's pressure to buy things, to live a certain way, to keep up with everyone else. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of materialism and instant gratification. But when you live intentionally, you reject that pressure. You stop letting society tell you how to live, and you start telling your money where it's going. That's where freedom begins. It's about saying no to the things that don't align with your long-term goals and saying yes to the things that will help you build the future you want. Think about it. What if your money didn't control you anymore? What if instead of waking up every day stressed about bills or debt or whether you have enough to make it through the month, you woke up feeling calm, focused, and confident? That's the power of being intentional with your money. You're in control. You choose how your money is spent. You choose where it goes. And when you make those choices with intention, you start to take control of your life in ways you never thought possible. Being intentional with your money doesn't just mean cutting back on expenses or creating a budget. It means setting clear financial goals and making sure every decision you make is in service of those goals. You want to pay off debt? Great. Create a plan and stick to it. You want to save for a down payment on a house? Perfect. Budget for it, prioritize it, and make it happen. You want to build an emergency fund or invest for retirement? It's all about intentionality. You make the decision and then you take the necessary steps to turn it into reality. One of the things I've seen time and time again is that people get stuck because they think they can't change their financial situation. They feel overwhelmed. They think their debt is too big, their income is too small, or that they'll never be able to build enough savings to get ahead. But let me tell you something. It's never too late to start being intentional with your money. No matter where you are today, you can turn things around. Intentionality is the key. It's about saying, I am no longer going to let my circumstances dictate my future. I'm going to take control. I'm going to make a plan, and I'm going to make a plan, and I'm going to stick with it. And that's the beauty of it. It's your choice. You have the power to make different decisions, to make a better plan, and to make those plans happen. You can decide today that you're going to live intentionally with your money. You can decide that you're going to prioritize your goals, whether that's paying off debt, saving for your future, or simply living without the stress of financial uncertainty. When you make that choice, something powerful happens. You empower yourself. You stop being at the mercy of your finances and you start being the one who's in charge.
But I also want you to understand this. Being intentional with your money isn't just about saving or budgeting. It's about changing your mindset. It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, Instead of focusing on what you don't have, start focusing on what you do have. Instead of worrying about all the things you can't buy, start thinking about how much you can save, how much you can give, and how much you can invest in your future. The more intentional you are with your money, the more abundance you create.
It's about embracing the truth that you don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You don't need a bigger house, a more expensive car, or the latest gadgets to be happy. You already have everything you need to be financially successful right now. A willingness to make better decisions and a commitment to stick with them. That's it. It's the simple act of choosing to be intentional day in and day out. That's what gets you to the next level. And here's the thing about intentionality. It's contagious. When you start living intentionally with your money, you're not only going to see changes in your own life, but you're going to inspire others around you to do the same.
Your friends, your family, your kids, they'll start seeing what's possible. They'll start seeing how much peace, how much security, and how much freedom comes from living within your means and choosing to prioritize your future.
You'll lead by example, and that's one of the greatest gifts you can give the people you love. So here's what I want you to do today. Decide to live intentionally with your money. Take a good hard look at your finances, set those goals, and create a plan that works for you. Make every dollar work for you. Prioritize your goals. Stay the course. And most of all, take control of your financial future. Don't let life happen to you. Make life happen for you. When you live intentionally, the possibilities are endless. And trust me, when you take control of your money, you take control of your life